I would like to invite the students from Leadership High School, with whom Center for Youth Wellness has been working on a project about adverse childhood experiences and toxic stress, to share their view and their experience of this issue.
Liquor stores plague our communities like diseases. Convenience stores are breeding grounds for type 2 diabetes. While our city turns a blind eye to the link between poverty and obesity, according to the Department of Health, 20% of black and brown youth are overweight.
Our lungs are forced to inhale toxins. This still remains in cigarettes, gunpowder, and genocide.
Our teenagers especially are so incredibly insightful and smart, and they have really good ideas, and I think it makes sense to really bring them more into the conversation because they really know what they need, and they're willing to tell us if we can listen.
We are a generation of inequality sent to strange fruit.
In our communities, we're more likely to develop PTSD than we are PhDs.
You can't see a performance like that and such eloquence among our young people and not feel energized and not feel hopeful and not feel an added responsibility to assure their health and well-being across the life course.
In my community, we're suffering from chronic stress because we are victims of poverty, gang violence, and abuse, and it affects us because it weakens our immune system.
When we punish kids for their poverty, the toxic stress goes unaddressed. What we don't need is increased punishment. What we do need is increased care.
Once upon a time, there was a girl named Sandy, victim of her family, community. Sadly, the stress worked against her, couple must have missed her, trapped in a life where you live by the trigger.
I think we need to listen better. I think that they are perfectly capable of understanding some of this very, very complex science and turning it into a language that other kids can understand, that they can take the message out. I was very inspired.
We studied the theory of ACEs with CYW and developed a survey that asked questions like, do you often or very often experience violence to or from school? I don't think any of us knew about this before, and it's cool to see it as like a nationwide thing, you know, so it kind of brings like awareness to everybody.
Personally tell them how much I appreciate them coming together to engage in solutions and also involving us in this. A lot of times youth who are very much affected by ACEs, so I feel like us being engaged in this conversation is the start of something great.
That is the next generation, ladies and gentlemen.